This is a demo for the hardware software. So there was a login screen. Obviously, with the login, you can have multiple users. You can have your own login and your own set of rights. So the most important part of the software is, say, the party. Party is where all your suppliers, buyers, customers are registered. So in this screen, you can create a new party. You can have their own code. People tend to write a short form for the code, the full name, there's a contact person, mobile number, NPN and STRN. This is very essential when it comes to making tax invoices. Area city, because they are reporting based on which areas have more customers, and you can do statistics based on that. Your opening balance. So if you're starting your record from today, you're better off putting their opening balances so that you know what they owe you for today. And then the opening balance date. This is important because every fiscal year you can close your previous books and then start your ledger anew by just updating your balance. Over here, you create new parties, or you just load a previous party and see their ledger. So you can see their ledger, purchase, sale, payments, everything here. So what it is. You can obviously print their ledger and send it to them as well, or send it by WhatsApp. That's party. Then there's second most important is trading. Trading is where you create your invoices and enter your purchases. There's a section with party where you basically load a party. Load a party, it tells you its present balance as well. For the party, it's zero. What is also there's also a feature where if you're in a hurry and you want to create an invoice quickly, and the party you are trying to make for is a new one. So let's say his bike, and this party doesn't exist. So you can quickly put it here, and then it creates a new party. So you don't have to go to the party form and create a new party. When it comes to items, you can select search by item code and search by item description. When you search by item code, for example, you see the code, the brand, and the stock. So you don't have to actually load the item to see how much stock you have. Let's say we've got this brand, invoice, quantity 10, sale price is not saved, so we enter it here, created we added an item to the bill, let's add another item, 5 items, although there are 1 item in stock, you can still sell 5, it will show you -4, and then you can add a purchase later. Because that's practically happens a lot in the market where people go and instantly purchase it from another shop from their neighbor and then sell it to the client and then enter the purchase rate. So here we go. You added 2 things, and now you press save. Bill number is a manual bill number which you can have. When you save, the system generates its own transaction number. This is your manual number, which is you follow from your manual book. If you don't have a manual, it's okay. You leave it empty. In this particular software, in this particular module, it is mandatory to put bill number. You can change that setting by going to settings and say bill number is not mandatory. Check it, and it becomes unmandatory. Anyway, so this is sales. Same way goes for purchases. When you enter purchases, you enter this reverse stock set, puts it in the stock. Then you see this. I'll come to this in a while. These are the latest transactions. Last week, previous month, this month, last 6 months. You can see all because this client is loaded. It shows the client-wise transaction. If you empty this, then you see last week, previous month, all your invoices. This month, last 6 months. Cargo is when invoice you want to add cargo details. You enter here. This adds automatically to your expenses. Whoever is paying for it, if you say the receiver is paying, then it goes into his invoice, and if vendor you are paying for it, it goes into your expenses. Payment details, these are the payment instrumentation. If you're paying for the bill, how are you paying? Credit card machine, direct bill transfer. Again, I can explain this part later. Payment history is against this invoice. What payments have you received? So this is trading. This is delivery challan. Again, there's a different chapter altogether. You can add a delivery challan to an invoice. You can add the delivery challan to multiple invoices. One challan, multiple invoices. Multiple challan to single invoice. So yeah. So that's trading. Then we have cash book. It's like a cash memo. You enter all your payments here. For example, you go to client and you get ledger, same ledger you saw in the party. The ledger, and now you see on the right are unpaid bills for this client. Let's say you select multiple bills. Say, you know what, I want to make payment. Payment is cash, you can pay cash, you add it, that bill goes away from the unpaid bill list, it shows up the bottom is paid. So that's the cash book. You can receive and you can make payment. You can payment, you can pay your suppliers via this. And then we have withholding tax. Also is managed here. If a company cuts your withholding tax, then you need to record that and still balance your bills. So that's taken care here. Then we have the product ledger. This basically shows you a history of an item. For example, you choose an item and it shows a history of sales. Who did you sell it to? What quantity? What price did you sell it to? So this shows you a history of that item. Sometimes a party or a client is in front of you, so you don't want to show him which party you sell it. We say hide party tag. It shows you that party. Okay. Next thing, the product ledger. We go to general ledger. This is about the banks. This is about the banks. Whichever bank accounts you have. Bank will follow Bank will have these, for example. So it shows you a history of all the transactions done in this bank. So if, for example, you received a payment by cash, which we just did, if you remember, then it shows you that history. So whatever payment received by this account, shows you history. And then you can filter it by these dates as well. You have incoming payments, outgoing payments, incoming checks, outgoing checks. There's a list. Then we have the delivery challan. As I said, you can add your deliveries here. Quotation, you create quotations here, send it to the client. If your quotation is approved, you generate a delivery challan or an invoice directly from this. You can add and remove payment terms. Add items to this, which shows on the bottom of the quotation. So many customizations there. Item list. This is actually where you create your item. Same as party, you can create your item or you can look at all the items. You can select an item and find out which item you have. Stock, how much stock do you have? So this is your item list. You can print your item list, send it to a client if you want. Then you have this warehouse picture. Again, I'll explain that later. Then we have balances, very important part of our reporting process. Shows you balances of each client and it shows the date period. It shows you bill wise summary as well. AR packaging owes you, let's say, the balance amount of total balance of 9234. But this is the breakup of it. So this is the breakup of how much he owes you. Each client broken up in. If you don't want to break up of bill wise, this should be broken. Then you can sort it by party code, party name. You can only look at the receivables. You can only look at the payables. If you want to limit it to it. Again, and then you can export to Excel if you want to print it and have a closer look. Reports has sale and purchase report. This is one of the most important reports we have. Uh, in Over here, you just, for example, look at last year. It shows you all the invoices you have, what sales, what numbers did you make last year. Item, you can filter it by party, you can filter it by item, specific item, which company bought it, how much is the invoice. Very, very useful report. Then we have aging report. The aging report obviously shows you the payment timings. You have, how much did these people pay you in the last 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, and how much is the bad debt, how much money they owe you. Then we have expenses. These are the expenses done by the shop, rent, transport, employee expenses. Then we have employee. This is basically your whole HR management. It's a bit detailed if you want. If some people don't use it, some people use it. If you want to manage your employee's salary, their leave, if you want to remember how much leave they took, if they are on a package, if they are on some kind of commission base. So you can add all those details there and it does the calculation for you. For example, if you have an employee who's on a monthly salary, who's on a weekly salary, what is the salary? What are the allowances? Have they taken any advances? Advances are basically money which they will cut in the next completely in their next payment. Loans are basically installment based, like, oh, he took a 50,000 rupees loan and he's going to pay you 5,000 a month. So you make installments every salary. It automatically, when you create a payment slip, it automatically deducts that amount, gives you the total. You can enter their attendance, a lot of other things. Basically, right now, if you don't want to use that feature, you can simply load it and add their username and password for the software. You can have what is the age, what is the hire date, how many years of service. When somebody leaves service, you can end their service, so you know how many years they serve. So forth. Then we have warehouse. Warehouse is basically where your items are saved. If you're interested in keeping a track of locations of where your items are, you can add a shop, you can add a warehouse. Warehouse can have multiple racks, and then each item is located where. When you're making a sale, you can actually select from where an item is selected. For example, in purchases, when you're purchasing something, and now you want to place the item somewhere. Let's say you bought this from somebody. In purchases, you can by default store it in one of these locations, either just the shop or shop rack one, warehouse. Once you do this, the quantity goes into that storage space directly. And then you don't have to save basically where the location went. You can add it to the purchase on. So that makes the process very easy. This was a short and long of it. I tried to cover most of the things with the features are. Then there's some basics like databases backup, automatic backups. We use cloud services which backs up your data and allows you. So if the system goes down anyway, you can retain your data, recover your data very easily. The updates, whatever updates we have, we run the updates automatically, and automatically your system updates. You don't have to download a file and run a script. And so up on the top, we have a API which brings you the latest dollar and AED rates, which are bank rates. Basically. And on the left corner is the cash in hand and pending checks. Click here and go to the check section and see the pending checks, and cash in hand. It gives you what cash you have right now. The right button is just to refresh. Okay, thank you so much for watching. Any questions, please put them in the comments and I'll answer it soon as possible. Thank you.